It's a very interesting topic for me, and I'm very passionate about the fact that I think we've now moved into a science from an art-based type of a system. But many years ago when we first started plant breeding, and I would say within the last 30 to 40 years or so within cotton breeding specifically, we've started making this transition. Our early breeders really did most of their work visually, and they walked out in the fields and they said, these are the very best plants, these are the good ones. And there were a number of factors that allowed them to be very successful in that. One of them is that we just had an enormous amount of variation that was still available, and we were still moving through stuff and evaluating it. But over time, as we've narrowed in that germplasm pool and as we've used a lot of that variation, it's harder and harder to actually find those really good superior lines. And so now breeding has had to move away from this being an art where you use your eye to identify things to a science where you actually use different scientific fields and different methods to be able to identify those superior lines. And so my belief today is that rather than actually the art of breeding being being able to go see the individual lines and pick the ones that are superior and best, the art today is being able to combine the various components of science that allow you to pick those very good lines and move forward. So it's been a really fun transition to watch, and I think that as we move forward even over the next few years, we're going to see that the idea of the art of breeding being able to visually identify the most superior lines is pretty much dead today.